Good evening. My name is Garrett Smith, and I am the Assistant Director of Student and Civic Engagement here at Texas A&M University, Central Texas. On behalf of the Division of Student Affairs, we want to thank all of you for joining us this evening as we present the honors and awards to those who have kept our community strong during a difficult year. 2020 and 2021 certainly had no shortage of interesting experiences, for better or for worse. We had a global pandemic, we saw civil unrest in the news, a contentious election, and we're all still healing from a documentary about a man and his tigers from Oklahoma. All that to say, there's never been a dull moment. More importantly, we've seen examples of how leadership in our world, strong or weak, can lead to what the outcome of a pandemic can be. We've started to notice examples of how strong or weak leadership can affect the future of how we bounce back from the events that we've witnessed. Here on our own campus, strong or weak leadership would determine the future of our university and of our student body. So it is my pleasure to be able to present honors to those who manage to maintain strong leadership and guarantee that we have a bright future as a warrior family. In the words of Winston Churchill, success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it's the courage to continue that counts. The first award we present tonight is the Impact Award, which goes to a student who has positively affected their community, campus, or office due to their duties as a student worker or graduate assistant. In the nomination for tonight's recipient, her supervisor said, "I can think of no one more deserving. She's a Blue Coat Ambassador, a Writing Center tutor, an intern in the Office of Career and Professional Development, and most importantly, a full-time student. Her attention to detail and her professionalism speak volumes about her character. Among her peers, she is a leader. She goes out of her way to help students find their way around the university. She has a positive attitude at all times, and as a former cheerleader, she gives the best mat talks. As her supervisor, I've seen her develop into a leader. She is a role model, inspirational, empathetic, hardworking, and is 100% dedicated to our university. She embodies the spirit of a TAMUCT warrior." And it is my honor to present the Impact Award to Kirsten Martinez. The Ignite Award goes to the staff members who successfully guide these student leaders. Student leadership on its own is a great thing, but must be cultivated and led by example. Tonight we present an award to somebody who has led by example and has been tremendous in developing the young minds and the leadership of this campus. In her work with student and civic engagement and career and professional development, it is my honor to present this award to Jessica Donner. Each year, the General Pete Taylor Commitment to Leadership and Integrity Award is presented to someone who exemplifies both of these qualities. In looking at what this award stands for, I think of a quote by Mother Teresa. "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across water to create many ripples." Seemingly, it would be difficult to do such a thing when so much of our community was shut down over the past year. And yet, that didn't stop some of our student leaders from continuing to fight the good fight. One such student was described as follows in his nomination. "As president of the ROTC Club, he demonstrates his leadership and dedication daily. Since his election, he has scheduled multiple fundraisers, morale-boosting events, community events, and continued to do so throughout the semester. As he conducts his duties as president, he communicates with staff, faculty, community members, always displaying the greatest respect for everyone involved. Additionally, he's our strongest and highly motivated leader within the Texas A&M University Central Texas ROTC program. He uses his knowledge as a master fitness trainer and created a fitness challenge program for the entire ROTC to improve the cadets' physical fitness and better prepare them for the upcoming cadet summer training. He's an experienced infantryman and former drill sergeant who also teaches other cadets the ins and outs of military tactics, battle drills, and movement techniques. His unwavering motivation, professionalism, and expertise have a tremendous impact on the other cadets in the entire ROTC program. It is my honor to present tonight's General Pete Taylor Commitment to Leadership and Integrity Award to Mr. Kiai Holder. Along these same lines, we present the Commitment to Community Service Award. Howard Zinn said that small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. This is exemplified by the examples we've seen in our previous recipient, as well as the abundance of nominations that came in for this specific group. It was without hesitation that we present the award for Commitment to Community Service to the ROTC. 2020 and 2021 faced many issues with a lot of contentious points of view. It reminds us that we need to find common ground at the end of the day. And I think that this time in history is an especially important time for us to remember a quote by President John F. Kennedy, who said that if we cannot now end our differences, at least we can help make the world safe for diversity. Diversity of ideas, backgrounds, strengths, nationalities are all found at Texas A&M University Central Texas, but they must be cultivated and made safe and brought together in unity. I can think of no one who has done a better job of this on our student leadership than Kirsten Martinez, and it is my honor to present her the Commitment to Diversity Award. Student organizations are the backbone of campus camaraderie. In a year where many of us had to only see each other at a distance and many of us felt isolated, the importance of this was greater than ever. There are student organizations who really pulled together and managed to keep this community of warriors strong. One such organization attended all SGA meetings, put on numerous programs, fundraisers, and took part in the many different events that other organizations put on. It is without hesitation and a great honor that I present this year's award for Student Organization of the Year to the TAM-UCT Science Club. Along with the Student Organization of the Year comes the Program of the Year Award. And this year we award it to a new program that has helped bridge the community together, highlighting the accomplishments and the work of our students, staff, and faculty. The Warrior Pod podcast has highlighted the accomplishments and achievements of the various people who make this warrior community as strong as it is. And for this program, I present the Program of the Year Award to the Blue Coat Ambassadors. Tonight's guest speaker is Dr. Dalila Salazar. Dr. Salazar is an assistant professor of marketing at A&M-Central Texas. She earned her PhD in international business with a concentration in marketing from the University of Texas at El Paso, where she also received her MBA. Dr. Salazar enjoys teaching topics related to promotional strategy, consumer behavior, and international marketing. Her main research interests are international marketing strategy and cross-cultural marketing. Her work has been published in the Review of International Business and Strategy, Journal of Managerial Psychology, the Journal for Global Business Advancement, and the Americas Conference on Information Systems. In addition to her teaching and research responsibilities, she serves on the Institutional Review Board for Texas A&M University Central Texas, serves on the Board of Directors for the Marketing Ethnic Faculty Association, and serves as the faculty advisor for the collegiate chapter of the American Marketing Association at Texas A&M University Central Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Dalila Salazar.
Hi. I am incredibly delighted and honored to be able to spend some time with you today. I would like to start off by congratulating you on your amazing accomplishments. My name is Dr. Dalila Salazar, and I am an assistant professor of marketing for the College of Business Administration at Texas A&M University Central Texas, where I also serve as the director of the University Center for Applied Research and Engagement, the co-director for the National Science Foundation Industry University Cooperative Research Center, and the managing editor for The Light, our university's research magazine. I have served our institution in a variety of facets, and I've had the privilege of being able to meet and engage with many talented leaders at our institution, in our community, and throughout our country. I've often wondered about these leaders' life journeys. And as I thought about what I might share with you today, I thought that you're on your own life journey too. And this particular event is a notable high point on that journey. Embrace it, enjoy it, and catalog it for future use or for future reference. All of us are on a life journey. Sometimes we're too concerned with the end destination to really take in the drive. And sometimes we're too concerned about the technicality of the drive that we fail to appreciate the bigger picture. Life is going to present us with many opportunities, as well as what seems like sometimes countless challenges. But you're going to have the opportunity to drive your course, to drive your journey into whatever lane it is that you'd like. One of my favorite speakers, Benjamin Zander, is a conductor for the Boston Philharmonic Orchestra. And during one of his speeches, he mentions that he had an amazing realization. This realization happened when he was 45 years old and 20 years into his conducting career. He realized that a conductor makes no sound. None whatsoever. Isn't that ironic? You go to the orchestra, you go and listen to symphonies to be able to take in the amazing sounds. The conductor is leading all of these individuals yet he makes no sound himself. It's incredible because what he realized is that his power comes from the ability to be able to empower others. He realized that his job is to awaken possibility in those that he is leading. Isn't that beautiful? I think that that is a tremendous way of engaging in leadership. Now, you're clearly leaders, otherwise we wouldn't be recognizing you at this time. During your leadership, as you progress in your trajectory, I certainly hope that you remember Benjamin Zander's realization and keep it at the forefront of your mind. I also want to extend on this notion of leadership by saying that sometimes life is going to call you to lead yourself. You need to be able to lead yourself as well. Don't forget about you. So when you experience tumultuous times in your life, when you experience challenges, take note of these very experiences that you're having today. The pride, the success, the happiness that you feel in your accomplishment. Catalog it because it's going to propel you forward. It's going to refuel you as you move on in your life's journey. I'd love to share an experience of my own in which I actually employ this practice. When I was working on my master's, that I first signed up for it, I was excited. I was apprehensive. I didn't know what kind of added responsibility was going to be taken on. It was immediately after my bachelor's graduation. And I had decided that I was going to pursue all of my degrees without stopping. I was going to pursue a bachelor's, a master's, and a PhD without any kind of break in between. And so I'm starting off on this master's degree, and I'm excited. I am joyful for the opportunity, but I'm also apprehensive because I had set out on a course to complete this master's in a year and a half. A month into this, I get a request to be the director of marketing for a tech company. And I thought to myself, man, this is an amazing opportunity. I can't wait, right? But I also have this master's program that I'm working on. So that's going to be quite a bit of responsibility. But I was excited. It was my first directorship. And I really wanted to put into practice what I had learned in my bachelor's degree, extend on my experience and add to it, right? And a couple of weeks after that, I was sought after for another directorship in marketing, but this one was for a magazine. So I spoke to both organizational leaders. I told them that I wanted to engage in both directorships, and they agreed that if I felt comfortable in engaging in the activities, that I very well could. So here I was in my early 20s, working on a full-time master's program with 2 directorships at my home. It was incredibly exciting. I was so delighted to be able to engage in these things. And then reality set in. And the fact is that all of these require substantial amount of effort and energy and contribution. They are tremendous responsibilities. And I always wanted to be successful at the things that I set out to be a part of. And so that reality led me to wonder whether or not I was going to be able to be successful at all 3 major roles and responsibilities. That really made me wonder whether I had the capability of engaging in executing effectively. And so I thought to myself, how is it that I could handle some of this stress? How could I actually, determine whether or not I was going to be able to pursue all 3 major roles? And I reflected back on a practice that I started during my bachelor's degree. During my bachelor's degree, I would think about all of my successes. I would go back and I would revisit a listing and a description of all of the things I had accomplished up to the particular point in time when I felt apprehensive. And I used that same practice during that very stressful time in my master's program. I asked myself to reflect on all of the successes and all of the accomplishments that I had cataloged up to that point. And it reminded me of all that I was capable of. It reminded me of the fact that I had responsibilities that were similar in nature, perhaps not exactly the same, but that I had the capability and the potential to be able to execute. And it's that reflection that propelled me forward to be able to successfully contribute to these organizations, to successfully complete my master's degree in a year and a half, because all of that was not without its challenge and without its stressors. So I say all of this to say that you have your own accomplishments. You have your own cataloging that you should be engaging in. You have your own responsibility for reflection. And it's this very day, it's this very accomplishment that you're celebrating today that should be a part of your listing of accomplishments, to not only celebrate today, but to celebrate for the rest of your life as you move forward in your life. And as you wonder and doubt about yourself, revisit that listing that you should be creating about yourself. Revisit those accomplishments and successes and use them to propel you forward in your own desired journey. So if you take anything away from this time together, I want you to take a moment to tonight or whenever it is that you have an opportunity, make a listing of your major accomplishments and always keep that near you. And when you feel hesitant, when you feel apprehensive, or when you feel like you can't keep going, go through that listing and remind yourself of who you are and remind yourself of your great potential. Thank you for the opportunity to share this time with you. Once again, I congratulate you on your accomplishments. I hope you go out there and you are the best leader that you can be in your community, with your respective organizations, in your families. But also, don't forget to lead yourself and to take care of the leadership requirements that you need for the propulsion of your journey forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Salazar, for those words, and thank you, Warrior family, for joining us this evening as we honor the recipients of these awards. We hope that as this year concludes and we enter a brand new fresh start for the next academic year, you will join an organization, lead an event, take part in the various things that have been set forth by these students that you've seen tonight. I would like to finish things off with one final quote from President Ronald Reagan. "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. Let's keep our community strong. Be that person that someone else needs, and together we as warriors will come out on top of everything, as always." Thank you, and we hope to see you at the rest of our Warrior Week events. Tomorrow night, please join us for an outdoor screening of The Goonies at 6 p.m. And on Friday night, please join us for our outdoor concert featuring Holly Tucker and AJ Gell, also starting at 7 o'clock. Have a great evening.